Hey everyone, welcome back to the Chill English podcast, where we help you relax, learn, and grow through real-life English conversations. I'm your host, Brian.
And I'm Alice. Thanks for joining us today. You know, Brian, I think today's topic is something we all deal with, but don't always talk about.
Oh, absolutely. Whether you're a student, a worker, or just a human being trying to figure life out, today's topic is for you. So here's a question for our listeners. Do you ever feel awkward when someone compliments you? Or maybe you get a little defensive when someone gives you criticism?
Yeah, like when someone says, "Wow, you did an amazing job," and you immediately go, "Oh, not really." Or when your boss says, "Next time, try doing it this way," and you suddenly feel like the worst person ever.
Exactly. So today, we're diving into something powerful. Why accepting both compliments and criticism is the secret to personal growth.
We'll talk about why it's hard to accept praise, why criticism can hurt so much, and most importantly, how you can train your mind to handle both in a healthy, confident way.
So if you want to grow, improve your English and your mindset, stay tuned. Because this episode might just change how you look at feedback forever.
Let's get started.
So let's start with the nice part, compliments. Alice, have you ever gotten a compliment that made you feel uncomfortable?
Oh, for sure. I remember once someone said, "Your English is so natural." And I just froze. I didn't know what to say. I think I replied something silly like, No, I still make a lot of mistakes."
Yeah, that's super common. We all do it. Someone gives us a nice compliment, and instead of saying thank you, we either downplay it or reject it completely.
Exactly. It's like we don't believe we deserve it. But why do we do that?
Well, a few reasons. 1. Low self-esteem. We don't see the good in ourselves, so it's hard to accept when others do. 2. Cultural habits. In some cultures, it's polite to be modest and not say, "Yeah, I know I'm great."
That's so true. Like in Asia, people often say, "No, I'm not good," even if they are. It's a kind of humility, but sometimes that humility becomes a barrier.
Right. And reason number 3. Some people feel awkward because they think accepting praise is arrogant. But here's the truth. Accepting a compliment doesn't make you arrogant. It makes you confident.
Yes, you can say thank you without showing off. In fact, it shows you respect the person who gave you the compliment.
Exactly. Let's give a few examples.
Okay, so if someone says, "You did a great job on that presentation," you can reply, "Thanks. I worked really hard on it, so I appreciate that." Or "Thank you. That means a lot to me."
Nice. And if someone says, "Your English has improved so much," you don't have to say, "No, I still suck." Just say, "Thank you. I've been practicing a lot lately."
Much better. You're not bragging. You're just being honest.
So to our listeners, next time someone gives you a compliment, don't reject it. Accept it with a smile and a thank you. That small change will boost your confidence more than you think.
And guess what? When you accept compliments well, you actually make the other person feel good too.
Win-win.
All right, Brian. Compliments can be hard, but criticism? Oof, that one really hits the heart sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like someone just threw a rock at your self-esteem. Even if they're trying to help, it still stings.
Totally. I remember once my manager told me, "Your report was okay, but next time, try to make it more clear." I nodded and smiled, but inside I felt like a total failure.
That's such a normal reaction. A lot of us take criticism personally, like it's an attack on who we are, not just on what we did.
Exactly. But why do we feel that way?
Well, first, it's our ego. No one likes to feel not good enough. Second, fear of failure. When someone points out a mistake, our brain goes, "Oh no, I messed up. I'm not smart. I'm not talented."
And sometimes we just weren't ready to hear it. Even helpful advice can hurt if our mind isn't open.
Right. But here's the thing, and I hope our listeners remember this. Criticism is not always an insult. Sometimes it's a gift. It's feedback, something we can use to get better.
Yes, but of course, not all criticism is helpful, right?
True. There are two types. 1. Destructive criticism, hurtful, mean, with no solution. 2. Constructive criticism, clear, honest, and meant to help you improve.
So, if someone just says, "This is terrible," and walks away, that's destructive. But if someone says, "Your idea is interesting, but maybe you can organize it better," that's constructive.
Exactly. And we have to learn to tell the difference and not react emotionally right away.
That's hard, though. Our first instinct is to get defensive.
Totally. But here's a trick. When someone gives you criticism, pause, breathe, listen, then ask yourself, is there something useful here?
That's so helpful. Even if just 10% of it is useful, take that part and let it help you grow.
And remember, one person's opinion doesn't define your worth.
Boom. Say that again, Brian.
One person's opinion does not define your worth.
Love that. So, friends, don't fear criticism. Filter it and use it. That's how you level up.
So now that we've talked about compliments and criticism separately, let's bring it all together.
Yeah. And here's the truth. Whether someone says you're amazing or you need to improve, both are actually the same thing.
They're both feedback. That's it.
Exactly. One is positive feedback. The other is corrective feedback. But at the end of the day, both give you information. And you can use that information to grow.
I love that. When you stop seeing compliments and criticism as emotional attacks or boosts and start seeing them as tools, you change your whole mindset.
Right. It's like this. A compliment is like a mirror that shows you what's working. A criticism is like a flashlight that shows you what needs fixing.
Boom. That's a powerful image.
Thanks, I just made it up.
Nice. You know, when I started thinking of feedback like this, I stopped taking things so personally. Even when people said, "Hey, this part of your podcast could be better," I didn't feel hurt. I felt curious.
Curious instead of crushed. I like that.
Exactly. And I think our listeners can practice that mindset, too. Next time someone says something nice, don't brush it off. And next time someone gives you advice or correction, don't explode or shut down.
Just say, "Thanks, I'll think about that," and move on with more wisdom in your pocket.
The key is not to avoid feedback, it's to use it, like fuel for your engine.
And when you get good at this, people start to trust you more. You become someone who can grow, adapt, and lead.
Exactly. So, to everyone listening, see compliments as confirmation. See criticism as direction.
Love it. Feedback is your teacher. Don't ignore it. All right, friends, it's time for one of our favorite parts of the show.
Yep, it's vocabulary time. Let's learn some useful words from today's episode. Ready?
Let's go.
First word, compliment. A compliment is a nice thing someone says about you. Example, you look great today. That's a compliment.
Right. And you can respond with, "Thank you, that's kind of you." Easy, right? Next up, criticism. That's when someone tells you what they think is wrong or needs improvement. Example, "Your writing is okay, but you can add more detail."
Remember, not all criticism is bad. It can help you get better, especially if it's constructive. And that brings us to word 3, feedback. Feedback includes compliments and criticism. It's any response someone gives about your work or behavior.
For example, "You speak clearly, but try to slow down a bit." That's feedback with one positive and one suggestion. Okay, next word. Defensive. This means feeling attacked and trying to protect yourself. If someone says, "You made a small mistake," and you say, "No, I didn't," you're being defensive.
It's a normal reaction. but we need to be open instead of defensive if we want to grow. Next word is constructive. This means helpful or useful, especially when talking about criticism. Your voice is strong. Try smiling more when you speak. That's constructive criticism.
It gives you direction, not just judgment. And finally, self-awareness. That means understanding your own thoughts, feelings, and actions. People with self-awareness know what they're good at and what they need to improve.
Yep. When you have self-awareness, you can take compliments and criticism in a healthy way.
That's it for vocabulary time. Try using these words in your own English practice this week.
And don't forget, you can always pause, replay, and repeat this section until it sticks. That's how you build a strong vocabulary. All right, friends, before we wrap up today's episode, let's take a moment to reflect.
We all want to improve. We all want to grow. But if we only accept compliments and ignore criticism, we're only seeing half the picture.
That's right. Compliments show us what we're doing well. They remind us we are capable. But criticism? That's where the real growth begins, if we're brave enough to listen.
So don't be afraid of feedback. Don't run from it. Let it shape you, not shame you.
And remember, when someone gives you a compliment, they're seeing something good in you. Believe it. Accept it. Let it build you.
And when someone gives you criticism, they're giving you a chance to get better. Don't fight it. Don't fear it. Learn from it.
Here's one last thought to keep in your mind today. If you can't handle praise or feedback, you're not ready for greatness.
Powerful. So today, let's get ready for greatness by being open, honest, and humble.
You're growing already, just by listening to this episode. So keep going. We're proud of you.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Stay curious, stay kind, and as always, keep learning. Bye for now.